You know that saying, jack of all trades, master of none? Well, that does not apply to Dienner's Country Restaurant in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. As far as buffet restaurants go, many have a lot of good or decent food, but not many knock your socks off with their quality. But when it comes to Dienner's, it can be said that they are a master of serving up delicious Pennsylvania Dutch style food and making their customers quite happy. Oh, and it is the least expensive and best priced buffet in Lancaster to boot. So stay tuned to find out just how amazing this restaurant is. So as you watch this video footage, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Dienner's. Dienner's Country Restaurant was opened in 1993 by Jacob and Ada Dienner. Growing up Amish, they had a desire to share their delicious homemade Pennsylvania Dutch style recipes and family recipes with others, and thus Dienner's Restaurant was born. And the family still runs the restaurant today, though it is sad to say that Jacob Dienner did pass away earlier in the spring of 2022, but he left behind 4 kids, 11 grandchildren, and 9 great-grandchildren. So he left a great legacy both with the restaurant and in the community and also with his family. So what Dienner's is known for and what their trademark is, in my opinion, is twofold. First, it's their warm and consistent hospitality, and second, their local Amish-based menu, which is always very delicious and high quality. So I would venture to say that they have one of the best, if not the best, reputations for customer service in Lancaster. They run their place on their deeply rooted Christian values, which really seeps into their respectful and thoughtful way they serve their customers and treat others. A lot of those values are on display not only in their interactions, but also in artwork and decor around the restaurant. It's just neat to see how they decorate the place. Dienner's has a lot of locals who come back over and over again. They have a lot of regulars who come from out of town who come back over and over again. A lot of people love Dienner's. It's just a great place to go. And it's just a nice smaller version, a cozier version of a very high quality restaurant in Lancaster. Tripadvisor has their reviews. They got number 2 in rankings of restaurants in the area, and they had a 4.5 rating with over 2,000 reviews, so they're also highly rated on Tripadvisor. So what is really awesome about Dienner's, besides the hospitality and the cozy atmosphere, clean and welcoming, all that, I love the fact that they have both a buffet and menu ordering, so you have a choice. So sometimes you want to go just a couple people and just have menu items and be waited on and enjoy the relaxing atmosphere. Other times you're bringing people from out of town or family from out of town and you want them to experience as much food as possible to get a good flavor of the local fare. So these are both options here. I think that's a great big plus for Dienner's restaurant. Some of their most popular dishes are their rotisserie chicken, their butter noodles, beef and gravy, mashed potatoes, and even their veggies. They also serve up some local favorites. They offer special entrees on certain nights of the week. On Mondays is meatloaf, Tuesdays ham loaf, Wednesdays pork and sauerkraut, Thursdays chicken pot pie, and then Friday and Saturday they have fish and shrimp. And this is of course in addition to the regular items. And then there are their desserts. So I've been to many restaurants in Lancaster and eaten a lot of desserts, but I really believe that Dienner serves up some of the very best desserts in the county. And for the so-called smaller size of a restaurant that they offer a lot of desserts. Honestly, I feel like they had more dessert offerings when I was there this summer than another place I went to that was a bigger restaurant, a bigger buffet. They just have a good amount of desserts, and you don't want to miss their, what I call their pie refrigerator, because that's where all the really, in my opinion, the good stuff is. So there is like the buffet where the desserts are, but then also there's this other part where the pie is and the ice cream is. So don't miss that, because that's some good stuff in there. If you watch my other videos about food reviews, you probably know I'm going to say right now, but they have the very, very, very best peanut butter cream pie I've ever had. It is so good. I had it again this summer, and it was just as delicious as I remembered it. It is just, oh, if you love peanut butter, you gotta give it a try. It is so, so yummy, and it never disappoints. So some, operation facts about Dienner's. They are open Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. They are typically open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., except for Fridays when they're open until 7 p.m. So when I say they're open until 6 or 7, that means that's the last time they're going to seat you. So as long as you're in line and have your pager, by that time you will get seated and have time to eat. They don't close the actual restaurant then, but they close the seating at that time. If you heard nothing else from me this video, remember this. It gets very crowded there on the weekends around dinner time, between like 5 and 6, 7. So do not wait till 5:30 to show up and try to get a seat. I remember the first time I went there, it was probably about that time, and it was very long waits, and I think we waited about 45 minutes, an hour, and we got in, but they get very crowded there on the weekends, so keep that in mind when you're planning your trips. They do offer their buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The breakfast buffet is $10.75 for adults and has the typical items. The lunch buffet is offered from 11 to 3 p.m. and their dinner buffet is from 3 to 6 p.m. and Saturday until 7 p.m. Their prices do differ between weeknights and weekends, as well as lunch and dinner. Their weekday lunch buffet is their cheapest buffet at $14.35, and their Saturday and Friday night dinner is their most expensive at $16.45. But like I said, this is actually about half the price as you're going to pay for some of the other bigger buffets in the area. So this is not expensive. This is a really, really good deal for the food you're getting. Beverages are not included in the price, so keep that in mind as well. Kids eat really cheap here, so it's a good place to bring your kids. They charge only like $1.25 for the kids to eat with the adults. As far as the layout of the restaurant, when you walk in, to your right is kind of like the booth and table seating for smaller parties, and then to your left you go up to this little room which can have bigger tables. You can put them together for larger parties, so it's a nice option for both. And one good thing about having to wait there in line is that there are neat little shops and stores all around there you can shop in while you wait and have your pager, so at least there's something to do if you are waiting in line. So someone once asked me on my channel in a comment if I had to go to just one place to eat in Lancaster, where would I recommend? And I actually gave her an answer. I'm not going to tell you which it was because I changed my mind, but it was one of the bigger ones, one of the more popular ones, because I felt like that had more to offer as far as food dishes and choices. But I just did that actually. I just took a group of friends there, some of whom had not been there before. And I remember sitting there thinking, yeah, this is really good, but is it really worth the price that I'm paying? So I'm changing my mind. I would actually say Dienner's would be the one place I would go if I could only go to one place. Don't get me wrong, I think the bigger buffets have their place. I think that's a really good place to go. You know, like Shea Maple, you can seat a humongous party there and not usually have to wait very long. So they definitely have their purpose and their place, and I've taken people there many times. But just for me personally, this is my place. This is where I want to go to eat a really delicious meal and feel welcomed and have great hospitality and great service and just be happy. This is my happy place in Lancaster. I hope you enjoyed this review video of Dienner's. I know a lot of you love it. I've heard from many people, and it's fun to hear people who go there for the first time and tell me how much they love it afterwards. So if you have something you want to share about Dienner's, please leave it in the comments below. And I hope you get to go soon and enjoy this wonderful, delicious atmosphere and wonderful food. Thanks for watching and enjoy your next adventure.